Hey KB, welcome to our new story of the week. Check out the cover of our story right here. Our story's title is Rain. And this makes sense because we're learning about all different types of weather this week. This story was created by Manja Stojic, and she is the author. She wrote the book, and she is the illustrator. She created the pictures for the story too. Now, this story is going to be a type of fiction, so you know it's going to be made up. It is called a fantasy story. And in a fantasy, we see things that could not happen in real life. And in this story, we're going to see animals talking just like humans. And we know in real life that animals cannot talk. And this story is perfect for us because we're going to read to find out how the animals in the story feel about the rain. So let's get into this. Please just relax, listen to the story. This is a great story with great illustrations, and I know you're going to love it. It was hot. Everything was hot and dry. The red soil was hot and dry and cracked. Wow. Look at the illustration on these two pages. You can see that the colors show us how hot and dry the land is in this story. Let's see what happens next. A porcupine sniffed around. It's time, she whispered. The rain is coming. I can smell it. I must tell the zebras. Now, we read earlier that it was hot and dry. Now I'm reading that the rain is coming. This is just the beginning of the story, and this event happens in the first part of the story. Remember, we want to be able to put our important events in order um, from our story. And this important event, that it's hot and dry, is happening at the beginning. It's our first event. Lightning flashed. The rain is coming, said the zebras. Porcupine can smell it. We can see it. We must tell the baboons. Wow. We read that lightning flashed and the rain is coming. In my mind, I can see a bright flash of lightning across a dark sky. This helps me understand what the zebras in the story can see too. Thunder boomed. The rain is coming, cried the baboons. Porcupine can smell it. The zebras can see it. We can hear it. We must tell the rhino. Wow. So now we have the baboons. And remember, this story is a fantasy. Do baboons talk in real life? No. So once again, we're reminded when we see the animals talking that this is a fantasy story, which is a type of fiction. A raindrop splashed. The rain is here, said the rhino. Porcupine smelled it. The zebras saw it. The baboons heard it. And I felt it. I must tell the lion. The lion spoke in a deep purr. Yes, the rain is here. I can smell it. I can see it. I can hear it. I can feel it. And he sighed, I can taste it. So check it out. The lion is using his five senses, which we've learned so much about, to know that the rain is coming. He can smell it, he can see it, he can hear it, he can feel it, and he can taste it. Those are all five of our senses. It rained and it rained and it rained. It rained until every river gushed and gurgled. It rained until every water hole was full. Now, I love this page because it helps me picture in my mind what it looks like when a rainstorm is happening. I can see puddles filling, water is everywhere. This helps me understand how the weather in the story has totally changed. It helps me see why such a big change could be important to the animals. Now, let's move ahead and see how it changes the land. Then the rain stopped, and everywhere long, feathery grasses grew from the soil. Every tree began to sprout fresh, green leaves. Wow, look how different the land is. It's not hot and dry and cracked anymore. We have grass and flowers and leaves on the trees. I wonder how this is going to change the lives of each of the animals in the story. I can't taste the rain now, purred the lion, but I can enjoy the shade of these big green leaves. Wow. I can't feel the rain now, said the rhino, but I can lie in the cool, soft, squelchy mud. So check it out. Before the rain, it was super hot and dry. But the text here says that the mud is now cool and soft. This helps me picture in the mind that the rhino is cooling off in the squishy, squishy mud. This helps me understand that the rain was helped to make the rhino very happy. We can't hear the rain now, shouted the baboons, but we can eat fresh, juicy fruit from the trees. Now, look how the rain was able to help our friends the baboons. Before the rain, there was no fruit on the trees. But after the rain, it allowed this fruit to grow, and the baboons can enjoy it while they eat it. We can't see the rain now, said the zebras, but we can have a refreshing drink from the water hole. I can't smell the rain now, whispered the porcupine, but I know that it will come back again when it's time. The sun shone over the plain. It was hot. Everything was drying out. The red soil was hot and dry. A tiny crack appeared. Wow. So, in this story, we saw some important events happen in order. At the beginning of the story, it was hot and dry. Then the rain came in a giant rainstorm. After the storm, we saw how the weather, which was the rain, changed the land and how these changes brought new things to the animals in the story. Now we're at the end of the story, and we can see that the land is drying out again. It's getting hot, it's getting dry, and the land is starting to crack again, just like it was at the beginning of the story. Thank you so much for listening to this story with me. This is one of my favorites, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will listen and learn so much more about this story at school together. Thank you.